Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to make a knitted Christmas bauble. To make this pattern you're going to need a 10-inch circumference plain Christmas bauble. You can make this with larger sizes, but do know you'll have to accommodate the larger size by doing more rows of increases and more rows of plain stocking net. The one I used is 10 inches, 4.5 millimeter double pointed needles, medium weight yarn. This one had some tinsel in it, a yarn needle, and a stitch marker. Let's get started. Make a slip knot and cast on 6 stitches. You can cast on with the back loop method. And then we're going to distribute the 6 stitches onto our DPN. So you're going to put 2 stitches on 3 needles. So go from the back where your slip knot was, and we're going to put 2 on one, 2 on the next, and 2 will remain. Now the first row is always the most annoying, so just lay this out so that nothing twists, and I'm going to use the 4th needle as my working needle. So now I'm just going to do 6 stitches with no increases. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's the first round completed. Now we're going to do a series of increases. We're going to do an increase in every single stitch. And we're going to do that by knitting through the front loop and then the back loop in each stitch. So for the first one, I'm going to knit through the front loop. I'm going to put a stitch marker because you can't put it on the end of the double pointed needle because otherwise it'll fall off. And then I'm going to do an increase. I'm going to knit through the back loop of the same stitch as well. So now I have 2 stitches. So front loop, back loop, back loop. And I'm going to do that all the way around. And there's the first round of increases completed. Now I'm going to start my sequence of increases. So I'm going to begin by knitting 1 stitch, doing an increase, 1 stitch, increase, 1 increase, 1 increase, all the way around. For the next round, I'm going to do 2 stitches and an increase, 2 stitches and an increase, all the way around, and so on. And you're going to keep doing that sequence until you get to the full width of your ball. I'm going to knit 1. Then I'm going to do an increase. I'm going to refer to the increases as A and B just because it's less confusing for me. So that was A and then B. Then I have 1, A, and B. So that will leave you 6 stitches on your needles. So there we have 18 stitches total. Now I'm going to do 3 stitches and an increase. So this will be 1, move the stitch marker, 2, 3, A, B, 1, 2, 3, A, B. That leaves us with 10 stitches on the needle. And that leaves us with 30 stitches. Now we're going to do 4 stitches and an increase. 1, move the stitch marker, 2, 3, 4, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, And that leaves us with 12 stitches per needle of 36 total. Now we're going to do 5 stitches and then an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, and that leaves us with 14 stitches on the needle. And that leaves us with 42 stitches. And now we're up to our last series of increases. We're going to do 6 stitches and an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, B, and that leaves us with 16 stitches. Now I'm done with my increases. This fits the width of the ball. If your ball is bigger than this one, you can do as many increases as you need. Now I'm going to do 7 rounds of just plain stocking knot. So I'll do the first round and then I'll do the others off camera. So this is round 1. I'm just going to stitch around. And that's my first round completed. So I'm going to do this 6 more times around, and I'll get back to you when I'm ready for the decrease. Here are my 7 rows completed, and now I'm going to begin doing the decreases. And I'm going to follow the same pattern as I did with the increases, but in reverse. I'm going to make 6 knit stitches and then do a knit 2 together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, knit 2 together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, knit 2 together. And that's what we have. Now we're going to knit 5 and do a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, knit 2 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knit 2 together, and then I'm going to keep going around. Now we're going to do 4, so we're going to knit 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, knit 2 together, 1, 2, 3, 4, knit 2 together. I'm going to do that all the way around. There's the 4 and the decrease. Now I'm going to do my last set of decreases. I'm going to knit 3 and make a decrease all the way around. So we have 1, 2, 3, knit 2 together, 1, 2, 3, knit 2 together. And I'm going to do that all the way around. Don't do any more decreases after this step. So that's it for my decreases. Now I'm going to do 2 rounds plain. I'm just doing 2 rounds of stockinette. So here we go. This is round 1. And I'll get back to you when I'm done with both of those rounds. There are my 2 plain rounds, and we're basically at the final steps here. So cut a fairly long tail. I'm going to thread a needle, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to slide these stitches onto the needle, onto the tail. And this is the easiest thing in the world. You don't even have to bind off. Open that up as much as it'll go. Now we're going to slide the bauble into it. It's a little tight, but it will go. See? Just like that. And then if you kind of slide everything up, it repositions itself. Okay, just slide everything around. Pull out the stopper. And then I'm going to grab the tail. I'm just going to pull on the tail. And that brings everything together in a nice, neat join. And everything's pulled nice and taut so nothing looks loose. I'll fix this bottom in a moment. So rethread your needle, and I'm just going to tie off with a knot just to make sure everything is secure. I'm just going to go into the next 2 stitches like so. And I'm going to make a knot. And then just hide the tail inside and trim. And then for the bottom here, the tail got twisted. Just get it back to where it originally is supposed to be. So the tail should just be coming out of the slip knot. Thread this. And then I'm going to go around into the front loop of each of the 6 stitches. So this is the front loop of the first stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, like that. And then if you pull on that, that will close up the hole. Just pull on that, see, and then just weave your tail inside, pull it through, and trim. Put your stopper back in. And there's the ball completed, and you can make as many as you want. Now, depending on the size of the ball that you have, you can do more increases to suit the size of the ball that you have, but just make sure you do an equal amount of decreases as well. You will have to do more rows of the plain stockinette. I hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe for more videos. Bye-bye.